How's it going, everyone? Indy Sean 45 coming at you. I'm sorry I didn't have this out yesterday, but the thing is, guys, I got in late last night and I was really tired. I'm sure you all can understand that. But anyway, guys, before I get to talking about the game yesterday, there's something I have to say. To all of you who are watching, and it doesn't matter who you are, whether you like me, hate me, think I'm a joke, it doesn't matter. Whenever you tune in to watch a video of mine, either watch the whole thing or don't watch it at all. Now, some of you are probably like, what are you talking about, Sean? What's going on? Well, the thing is, guys, I've had this happen a lot in the past, and I just had this happen recently when I posted the preview for the Navy game. But this happens all the time where people don't watch the whole video, and they miss something very important that I say. Now, there was a guy who posted on the Navy preview video who calls himself Trevor Lamonte. Now, this guy, long story short, he called me a meathead football fan and actually tried to lecture me on the history of Notre Dame Navy, which I think is a joke because I grew up watching the Notre Dame Navy rivalry. I know about what Navy did for us in the 20s. Oh, hell, all you guys have to do is go back and watch the Navy preview, and you'll see that I talk about that within the last couple of minutes of the video. But anyway, this Trevor Lamonte guy had a few other choice words for me, didn't really like what I said, completely misinterpreted the whole point of what I was saying. And all I was saying in the Navy preview video was that the triple option offense is a bitch to defend, and I hate seeing Notre Dame play against it because it sucks. And when it comes to the rivalry itself, yes, I'm very grateful for what Navy did for us back in the 20s to keep the University of Notre Dame open. But hey, when it's on the gridiron, it's on. That's what I'm saying. And clearly this guy, he didn't watch the last couple minutes of the video to hear me say that. But anyway, so I told this guy off. I pretty much told him, hey, F off, dude, shove it up your ass. And then he proceeds to tell me in these exact words, your mother is a whore, and she is stupid for having you, Sean. So here's the thing, guys. I don't normally do this, but when people use a real name or a name that could be legit, I look this guy up, and if this is who I think it is, if it's the correct identity, man, Trevor, if you happen to see this video, for someone of your education, that sure was a very uneducated comment that you left for me. I mean, if you really did indeed serve in the Navy, you are a disgrace. I mean, I can post the comments for you guys if you want. But if this guy had watched the last couple minutes of the preview video, he would have known that I addressed everything that he was trying to, quote, scold me on. But no, to call me a meathead fan and try to actually lecture me on the rivalry when I already know all about it, having grown up in it, this is what I'm talking about, people. If you don't watch the whole video, there's a lot of things that you miss. Okay? So, and Trevor, if you're watching, you can go to hell. With that said, guys, I know 3 minutes I wasted on this, and I apologize, but I felt it had to be said. But yesterday's game between Notre Dame Navy, first off, was I way off on how I thought that game was going to go? Yes. Am I surprised that it went the way it did? Not really. When you're facing a triple option team that uses up a lot of clock and goes on 7-8 minute drives, that's going to happen. I mean, I don't care who you are, you're going to have a lot of trouble with it. Close game gave me quite the scare, especially as it was getting late and we were down 7. But I think overall we did a nice job recovering from the week before against Miami, getting back on the winning track. And a lot of people will say, like, what are you happy for, Sean? I mean, we only scored 24 points. We barely won this game. Well, here's the thing, people. We had, 6 offensive possessions yesterday, and we scored on 6 of them? I'd say that's a pretty successful day. And again, like I said, when you're playing against a team that runs a triple option, gets 4 or 5 yards at a time, goes on 8-9 minute drives, there's nothing you can do about that. I mean, what more can I say? So, like I said, I was way off on my prediction, but I'm not surprised the game went the way it did. But you know what? That's what This is what a true Notre Dame football team does. When their backs are up against the wall, they find a way out of it, and they find a way to come back and win the game. Now, obviously, we couldn't do that against Miami, but this is a nice way to get right back on track. We got Stanford next week. We win next week. We assure ourselves a New Year's Day 6 bowl. Oh, and speaking of Miami, it's nice to see that all the classless Miami fans are still showing up on my videos. Yeah, just goes to show that I'm correct in how I describe them. I stand by with what I said. If they're gonna act out the convict stereotype, then I'm gonna keep hitting them back with it. But anyway, guys, it was a great game yesterday, and even though I want to really beat Navy every year on the football field, don't get the wrong idea. I do have respect for them as a program. I do respect the history that is between our two schools. But like I said, on the gridiron, it's a different story. As a fan, I want to beat them. That's all there is to it. So with that, guys, I've already rambled on enough about a lot of different things. Only 3 minutes in this video to the game itself. But that's what I do, you know. When I have something to say, I want to make it clear. So on that note, guys, not much else left to say. So this is ND Sean 45 signing off. God bless, and go Irish!